Well, g'day there guys. You would not read about it. 1 year on, back out here at YARRAMALONG WEIR, and we were lucky enough to grab the exact same spot that we were in 12 months ago. This time around, after the very sad passing of my mum, we've got our dad with us. So he's tagged along for this trip and you'll see him in our video. So we're all still getting over the loss of our mum, and I'm sure she's up there looking over us. So g'day up there, mum. Anyway, yeah, a year later we're back to YARRAMALONG WEIR. The weather has been quite stormy for the last 2 or 3 or 4 days. So we're out here. The weir hasn't run over for a month or so, I believe, but now the weir is running over. We're going to go for a walk down there shortly and have a look, but the river's got a big fresh in it. A decent run, so we're hoping to get out there and do some fishing and some kayaking and catch some yabbies similar to last year's trip, but give you a bit more detail on the YARRAMALONG WEIR, and we'll just have to see how we go and what happens with the weather. We're still forecast more storms this afternoon, but then it's supposed to dry up a little bit, so we're going to have a look around this afternoon as we continue our adventure, part 2 of the CONDAMINE RIVER adventure. So we're planning on staying here for 3 days, and then we'll be heading out to Cecil Plains if it's not too wet. Being black soil country, we are a little bit limited on where we can and can't go. So if the landowners don't want us to go on a property and make a mess, or we risk getting bogged and stuck in there for a month, well, we obviously won't go there. But it is pretty wet around here, as you can see. There's quite a bit of water laying on the ground in the cultivation and that type of thing. Different paddocks to get here, so we'll play it by ear and make the most of the adventure as we do. Anyway, the kettle's just boiled. It's coffee time. We'll catch you up shortly. So that's us over there. Nice little camp. Exact same spot as last year, 12 months on. Great little spot. So that is pretty much the end of the campground here at YARRAMALONG WEIR Reserve. Got this nice grassy area up the top. It's fairly level and up out of any wet conditions that you might get down here. A bit of water laying around. I've got a boat ramp down here. I'll quickly show you that. More just your tinny access and kayaks and that type of thing. Plenty of corellas around, as you can hear. They're always here. That's it there, the boat ramp. And with the river a bit higher, it's probably actually usable at the moment. Bit of silt on the bottom there, so the water level might have even been a little bit higher. River right there. One thing that really grinds my gears is this mess here. People just leave their stuff behind when they go, and it's at just about every campground you go to anywhere. Wait, hey?
Daniel wants a pair of those shoes.
Oh yeah.
Take one home for him.
One of the nephews needs one shoe. We've got half of a new set of shoes for you, Daniel. But what a mess. It's not hard to clean up after yourself when you go. And that's what gets these places locked out, where we get locked out and can't go anymore. So pick your act up or use that, leave your rubbish behind. That's the top side of the weir. Plenty of water in there, and it's running pretty well. It's actually probably come up a little bit since we've been here in the last couple of hours. And looking upstream back to our camp up there in the trees, but I reckon if we get another storm or storm up in the headwaters of the CONDAMINE River catchment tonight, the causeway will be over tomorrow. Alright, we'll head down there and have a closer look. Alright, here we go, right on the YARRAMALONG WEIR wall. It is gushing after all this rain we've had. Oh yeah, we were swimming in there last year. Swim on the top side of it, walk right across there, And then down here to the causeway, there's a nice little swimming hole just near the causeway, and the other side where we're going for a walk. If you can hear me over the noise of the water. Ain't no swimming there now. Another look from the weir, the actual wall end of the campgrounds. Decent area here under the trees, and up against that fence line and back out towards the entrance. The little toilet block up there, just a male and female toilet. It's the only facilities that's here. But that's all you need if you're self-sufficient. There we are at the entrance, off of the road. Causeway, heading back towards Toowoomba that way. That way, looking west towards MILLMERRAN. Toilet block. Fair bit of gravel at the entrance, but then it does get it into a bit of black soil as you get down in there. Great little spot. There you go. It's about 2 foot under the causeway. Not very often you see the CONDAMINE River after all that rain in the headwaters running over YARRAMALONG WEIR like that. And we are on a public road here, so you got to keep an eye out for cars. Yeah. How good. It just means we lose our little swimming hole down here where we were last year. Oh yeah, look at that. Still catching carp in the running water. Right down as far as you can walk here from camp, down below the causeway. It's running pretty well. This is where we used to come for a swim last year, but you could wade out in there and have a paddle, but I wouldn't be swimming out in the channel. You can also drive across here, not at the moment with the running water, but you can drive across, and there's another big water hole further over on the corner there, which would be good for fishing. I want to get in there one day and have a look, but we won't be driving across the river most likely this trip. The mighty CONDAMINE River. It doesn't flow like this every day, so privileged to see it. But now we've walked all this way, we've got this coming at us. I think we better start heading back towards camp. Shut the windows, put the kettle on. See us back there. Here it comes. Back to camp now. Batten down the hatches. The rains are here. Boxing Day 2023. YARRAMALONG WEIR in the rain. Good morning. Day 2, the day after Boxing Day, YARRAMALONG WEIR on the banks of the CONDAMINE River. You don't need an alarm clock out here. Between 4:30 and 5 o'clock you get the corellas going nuts. That's a good time to get up and just admire this place. Magic. Couple of fishing rods in, no bites there yet. Bit extra flow in the river this morning. It might even be going over the causeway down below the weir. We'll go and check that out later on. The serenity. Sun's just coming up. Just over there, over Dad's caravan. Beautiful western sunrise. I can't believe how good that sunset was yesterday afternoon. Gotta love it. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here, gonna have me coffee. Hopefully we get a bite. We're just going for a bit of a walk first to make sure we can get down to our other fishing hole where we were catching all the carp last year. But it is a bit soupy in black soil. We get through there alright with the mud tyres. Where are you going? You're going bush. Walk on the long grass will be right. Now, hopefully you can't see my pretty pink toenails. There's a little story to that on Christmas Day. Thank you to all my nephews. Pink toenails. Hopefully it wears off very soon. Anyway, this is the track down to where we went last year. A few wombat holes. And if it's this wet where we drop down over the bank, I don't think we'll be getting through here. Right. Still heading down to our spot in the river. Last year's where we got stormed on and we had trouble getting around this corner. We kept sliding into that tree right there. Bit of a cross slope. When it's wet, black soil, it's like driving on ice. Remember, we couldn't even turn this corner down here. No. We kept going straight ahead into there. Yeah. So this is the spot where we caught them all last year. A little bit wet to get in here, and I don't think we'll risk it while there's possible more storms and whatever coming. You don't want to get stuck in here. But these grubs that just leave their crap everywhere, bait packets, old camping stuff, that annoys me. Well, yeah.
Thanks, definitely grown.
Yeah.
Because last year was just...
Yeah, it was all clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got? Oh, they climb up your legs.
Just you filming.
I was filming the track. I can't help it if something else pops up.
Popped on. Yeah. No,
Little black ants.
on my leg. Feet.
Yeah. Well, all those ruts were there last year and it was the same going down in there. Yeah.
So they definitely drive through here. Hey, Brad.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll risk it.
No, they're not.
Even though you'd get through there, it's not worth it. If a storm rolls in and you're down on that river bank, you got no chance of getting back out. Well guys, not much happening with the fishing back at camp. A bit of a warmer day today, so river's still well and truly up. Fair bit of flow and dirty water in her, so we haven't caught a fish yet. So we're going for a little drive into MILLMERRAN, have a quick look around there for a couple of hours, do a couple of chores, top up with water, drop the kids off, and have a quick look around town and head back to camp. So, nice day for a drive in the country. Sure beats being stuck in the traffic. We even got our extra passenger in the back. G'day Dad. How good is it? Gotta love life in the country. Righto, late in the afternoon, we'll go and check the abbey pots. See if we got any more to add to the collection of what's in here. Been keeping these fellas alive. Couple days on the aerator, and that's our bait for yellow belly, hopefully, over there at Cecil Plains, where we're heading tomorrow. We'll go and check the pots. Bit of a steep bank, this part of the Condamine. It's not as bad as it was last year, all overgrown. You always find yourself or make yourself a little track to get down near the water somewhere, but it's still a bit awkward for fishing and for all the trees. A little bit awkward to get your yabby pots in when it's like this too, so we'll see how we go here. Might have to get Dad to hold the camera while we pull them in, if you can hold this, Dad. Yeah, somewhere on a bit of level ground. Perfect. I'll just reach out and pull them in. If you just hold that on us. That's it. Hopefully I don't end up in there. Oh, look at them all. There's about 50 in there. If you can see that in the sun. And all we use for bait is a bit of the chunkers, or a cheaper version of that, a dog food from Woolies or your Aldi. And that's it, that's perfect bait for yellow belly. That's all I've ever caught them on. Look at that. Now, the trick is to get them in the bucket. You always lose a few. Most of them will go in. Come on. Come on. You soon know about it if you miss a couple and pack your pots up and leave them at home. Well, that's it. That's all that's left of a full bag of bait. Heaps of prawns or shrimps. Yeah. That's ready to take with us. One more to go. There's a few more in there. And that'll do us, that's plenty of bait. Just heading to Cecil Plains, somewhere that we haven't been before, further west on the Condamine. And make sure we got bait. I don't know if there's yabbies or shrimps over there, so now we know that we've got plenty. We'll look at them in there. There's quite a few here in the grass. That'll do, the birds will find a few, a couple can go back. Very good. Hopefully, once we get over to Cecil Plains, the river's not running as much. We can just float around on the kayaks, bobbing a few shrimps around the trees or whatever's there, and hopefully end up with a couple of yellow belly. I'll quickly show you what we use for bait for shrimps. talk about the chunkers. These ones here, these is the Aldi brand. That's all you eat. Put some of them in, a dozen or so of them in your shrimp pot or your yabby pot. Perfect bait. And there goes me hat as the wind picks up. To keep them alive, all I've got's this little cheapy aerator from your BCF or Anaconda. Drop that in there, hit the switch on low, it just gives them a few bubbles to keep them alive. Now there's plenty in there like there was before. We've got some awesome, beautiful, fresh live bait. Well, afternoon 3 at YARRAMALONG WEIR. This segment was hopefully going to be a fishing report to let you know how we went, but unfortunately with the rise in river, nearly in minor flood, just way too much discoloured water, a little bit of wind, no good for kayaking, no good for fishing. Even though we did try quite a few times, they just weren't biting. I'd say they've had way too much food in the water as all the fresh come down. They just had too much to eat, too much to pick from, and they weren't interested in what we were trying to offer them. So it's been a good afternoon, just sitting around the camp here. It is our last afternoon this afternoon before we pack up early tomorrow morning and head off to Cecil Plains. So I'll just sit back here, cooking a bit of dinner, sitting around the fire, admiring another amazing western sunset on the mighty CONDAMINE River. Thanks for watching, guys. All packed up and we're on the road heading to Cecil Plains, which will be the next episode. So thank you very much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've seen what YARRAMALONG WEIR is all about and the mighty CONDAMINE River. Such a special place. We will definitely be back. Just one word though, the bugs are pretty fierce of a night time there, so make sure you're all fly screened, your tents and everything, your caravans. Watch out for the bugs of a night time, especially in summer. But great spot, absolutely magic. If you have liked it, please subscribe, like, share, and hopefully you got some useful information out of it, and we'll see you again soon at Cecil Plains as we continue on the CONDAMINE River adventure.